Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone is doing okay. We are back with some Cone Racing League Season 7, round number 7. We've had the mid-season break and we are raring to go once more. There's so much to get through as we visit the Marina Bay circuit here in Singapore. And what am I seeing? A wet qualifying. Not something you tend to expect. Not something you see very frequently, should I say, here. When the intermediate tyres are on the cars. For what is normally a very tricky circuit without the rain, with the rain, it'll be that little bit more tricky and could put us in for a very, very special qualifying. If you are joining the stream, please say hello in the chat, let me know if you're here, and show some love for Cone. I'm going to check the steam very quickly and then we will crack on and leave you on board with the Alpine of Liam, and I'll be back in a moment's time once I know the stream is up and running okay. Right, looks like the stream has just been posted in the Cone server, so we should get some viewers any moment now. I've got so much to get through in what will feel like a very quick, short qualifying session, so I'll try my absolute best to run through the standings, the previous race results, get you up to speed from where we were up to prior to the mid-season break, as well as some background information on the Singapore Grand Prix. A bit of education as I return to the commentary box on my own tonight, you may have gathered. Jonathan sadly not available, so I'm riding it solo tonight, not for the first time this season, but it's great to be back. Of course, took a bit of a break from commentary in previous weeks. Oh, and Liam, lucky damage in the wall. No damage, wow, really? Hit the wall at some force there. I want to quickly thank everybody for the love and support that was shown to me. I had a difficult period a few weeks ago. Stopped doing commentary for a little while, and the Cone boys got a lot of love and support. So thank you, but it is great to be back as Liam doesn't get a lap set and goes into the pits. Looking up to retire there. We'll stay on board then with the previous Tier 3 champion, Mr. Cole Paradox. First things first, let's go back. Let's take you back to what seems like a million years ago now, prior to the race, the break week, should I say, round 6 of Season 7 here in Tier 2. We took a trip to Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. Let me just get the results up for you. There we have them. I've not got any of that posh OBS stuff, so you have to take my word for it. It was a race win for McLaren, not Cole Paradox, but his teammate, that man, M_Hobbsy, a legend in this league and in the F1 community. His first ever Cone Racing League victory last time out in Canada. He had a great consistent season last time out, obviously. I think he got a P5 or P6 in the end last season in Cone, in Tier 2. Never got a podium, but was there or thereabouts in that top 5, top 6 every week, you know, competing for points, scoring points, and has now proved that he's more than capable of getting a race win under his belt as well. He won last time out in Canada for his first Cone victory and was joined on the podium by Jet in the Alfa Romeo, and of course the head admin, Mr. DC in the Williams. So it's a nice podium, that Hobbsy and DC getting on the podium as well as Jet. Some good performances there as well. Forsyth get the P5, KXI, Little One. Little One? Not Little One, why did I say Little One? I'm just used to well, no, let me check it. KXI and Greek Bill was a reserve. Scored good points in the Ferrari also. And Captain Nick was also in the top 10. We've got our first retirement tonight, and it is Jay Brooks, who's been, and it's not a surprise in what is treacherous conditions they've already mentioned. Such a tough circuit without the rain. Never mind with the rain. If you are in the stream, do pop a comment in the chat. I'd love to know who's here tonight. Show some love. And it's going to be a messy corner this. Like I said, it's tough without the rain, but in the rain it makes this track a little bit more difficult. So that is last time out the race results. And this is how the driving standings are after 6 rounds going into the second half of the season. The Mercedes of Liam is your championship leader. Just looking at something. Bear with me 1 second. Liam's not here tonight, is he? He's not here. Now, I've only one Mercedes tonight. Only Strauss is here. So the championship leader, Liam, who comes into tonight's race with 17 points clear at the top of the championship, not here this season. McConey is second in the Haas. He's here tonight. There he is, and Haas driver going to put his first lap together. Only the third driver to set a lap, and it's a lap that for now puts him top of the tree at 1:54 with touching nearly 2 minutes a lap here in this weather. This is craziness. Hobbsy though, he's a man in form. He won the Canadian Grand Prix, and he's the quickest so far in quality. He's a man possessed, is Hobbsy. looking to get back-to-back race wins here in Co. Like a bus and wait all year for one, and then 2 turn up. Hobbsy for now, edging out. Oh, the only driver in the 153, which is impressive as we approach the last 12 minutes. Of course, Liam top, McConey second, McConey 3 points clear of the Red Bull of Forster. It's currently the slowest driver in quali so far. Forster has a 5-point gap down to DC. It's such fine margins. DC then a point clear of both Jet and Cole Paradox. Then comes Hobbsy, of course, getting big points after a tough start season for Hobbsy, scoring big points last time out to put him well into the championship. Because at the moment he's on pole, so Hobbsy could be the man to look out for. That winning candidate could have just kicked off something very special for Hobbsy, but we will see. Quick run down on the calendar, of course. Went to Canada last time out, break week last week, back tonight with Singapore. Next week we go to Saudi Arabia, it's Jeddah for the second instalment, the second sprint race of season 7. That should be interesting as well. Long way to go. This is only round 7 of 15, not quite at the halfway point yet, but soon will be. Of course, every point in every race does matter. No one's hello in the chat yet. I don't know one here. Hello, anyone there? Do better with me tonight. Not easy on your own, as you know. I do like to waffle. But I think we're into some drama tonight. I think we're into some big drama. I've got a couple of facts about the Singapore Grand Prix. Hello to Mrs. Edge. She's the first person to comment tonight, Mrs. Edge. Hello to her. And Hobbsy's pole position has been taken by the Aston Martin of De Morts, and he's also been jumped by his teammate McLaren in the early stages of quali here. Looking like they're a little bit nippy. McCoy's improved, Carl's improving, and you see the rain has now stopped. Maybe we'll see some slick tyres towards the back end of qualifying here. So far, every lap been set on the inters, but the rain has stopped now. It will take a little bit of time to dry out, but there's still a long way to go here in Q1, in quali. Still over 10 minutes. I would imagine if the rain holds off now, we could see some slick tyres towards the back end of this session. And these intermediate laps will be pretty pointless, but we will see how it pans out. Still quite like to see there's still a lot of damp on the track. It'll take a while to dry out. Liam does go quicker. At the moment, but of course now the track's dry out, I think we should and probably will see some soft tyres towards the back end of this race. Previous winner, the last Tier 2 winner in Singapore. There was no race here in Season 6. The last time they come to Singapore was in Season 5. And in Tier 2, the race was won by an Alpha Tauri. And that Alpha Tauri was, let me get the graphic up, was Steiny. It was a win by the OG himself, the GOAT of Combe Racing League, Steiny. He was the last Tier 2 winner to win in Singapore back in Season 5. There was no Season 6 race here. So Steiny was the last winner in the Alpha Tauri here in Singapore. We love a good facts on stream, don't we? We love a good facts on stream. And a lot of information on the circuit itself, the Marina Bay Street Circuit, otherwise known as the Singapore Street Circuit, obviously. Literally a street, as you all know, it's used from day to day. I just can't really, like, for me, I can't get my head around that, like, street circuit. The fact that these tracks are just literally streets, like, it says it in the name, but I just find it so mad that, like, these tracks for 99% of the year are just normal roads. Mental stuff. Apparently, in the real life F1 races around Singapore, the drivers lose on average about 4 kilograms just by racing here. I think I need to do that myself, race a couple of laps around Singapore, lose a bit of weight. That'd be easy, wouldn't it? Playing quick clips of all there, and Hobbsy gets himself back on the top. Hobbsy 4 tenths quicker than anyone else in the intermediates. Of course, if the softs do come out, this will change everything. But for now, Hobbsy's the man. Hedge fund facts on the boss, you know it, mate. There's low, obviously not quickest anymore. And you wonder, as the track starts to dry out, the lap times are dropping now into the 150s with after FRA Liam. Apparently, Singapore is next to a harbour. There you go. Which is got similarities apparently to Monaco and the old Valencia circuit. We love a fact here on stream. We love a fact on the stream, don't we? And did you know that the Singapore Grand Prix, this circuit here at Marina Bay, will be a map in the upcoming Call of Duty game? That is mental, by the way, isn't it? That is mental. This circuit will be a playable map in the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 game that's coming out in November. That is mental. So you can play Search and Destroy around this circuit. Hobbsy looking to search and destroy Liam at the moment, who's a little bit quicker than 7 tenths on the intermediates at the moment. as the time ticks down. We're now down 7 minutes here. And it's took on time 7 minutes, but at the moment, the lap times are nearly 2 minutes apiece. The track's still wet, and I'm wondering, we might not see slicks. You know, the time is dropping. Maybe someone will gamble and try it, who knows, but maybe we won't see slick tyres. All will be revealed, I guess. And of course, it is the Singapore Grand Prix in real life this weekend. Sunday, October the 2nd. Max Verstappen could potentially, it's a big ask, but could potentially be crowned champion for the second time here on Sunday in real life. So it's fitting that Cone and real life Grand Prix are in the same venue this week, if you like. So good evening once more to everybody in the stream. Welcome along to this Cone Racing League Season 7 Round 7 race in Singapore. After the break week, we are back for what will be a very, very big race here, a very key race in the championship, but one of the longest races on the F1 calendar. As you can see, lap times here in the rain, touching 2 minutes, over 2 minutes, one or two drivers there as well. And a track that's known for havoc, safety car madness. I'm sure we'll see Burt Maylander once or twice tonight. We'll touch on some education in a moment, quickly run through the grid changes for tonight. We've got a couple of reserve drivers, or 4 reserve drivers, if you like. 2 in the Ferrari, both reserves in the Ferraris tonight. So you've got Gio Sheen and Brooksy, both in the Ferraris. Brooksy, of course, is Jay Brooks, who currently has put it in a wall and he's not going to set a lap time. Tim Hawks in the Aston Martin, doing a good job so far, sat in P4. And CRC Stroll in the Alpine. CRC Stroll, of course, that is Liam, who currently is top of the pops. Hobbsy and Liam in the pit, the top 2 so far, and they have got some soft tyres on ready to go, so we probably are going to see some soft tyres here as qualifying session comes so close. But you look at all the Leclerc at the moment, there's still a lot of drops on the screen, so if we are going to see softs, it's going to be a last gasp thing here. The Marks does go quickest for now, but he's still out on track on the intermediate tyres. I'm not sure how long's nothing for here, because as you can see there's an incident in Sector 2 which has covered up the timing screen. But I would imagine not long. Sophie says, come on Aston Martin tonight, we need the points. Well, so fine, Polly, mate. Both of them sitting in the top 4, so doing a very good job. It's interesting, you've got quite a few on the track still setting laps, but a few in the pits. Hobbsy and Liam both literally sat on the softs, waiting to get out on track. There is still droplets though. It's going to be interesting here to see if we do see some dry tyres. Big up Freefall as well, currently sat in the top 5. Love that from Scott. And Jet is a Jet as he flies to the top. And you see the times are dropping now. We're now into the 148s. That's over a second quicker than the Morts. So Jet literally was a Jet as he for now takes the top of Chloe. But I don't think that's going to stay like it is, because things are changing rapidly here. And I just want to see how long left in quality, honestly. I think it's about 4 minutes, but I'm not being shown yet. None of the soft runners that are in the pits have come out on the track yet. So clearly it's not right. There's still little droplets on the track as well. This will be interesting. This will be interesting as we prepare for 31 laps of madness here in Singapore. And it will be madness, literally. It'll be chaos. Speaking of chaos, of course, both Tier 4 and Tier 3 raced here on Monday, myself included. And it was chaos. We had 8 finishes in Tier 3 and 9 in Tier 4. So we had single-digit finishes in both the Tier 4 and Tier 3 races here on Monday. Will be down to single digits again. We pretty much got a full grid here bar 1. Bar our championship leader, which is crazy. 19 on track tonight. I saw some predictions in the comments. How many of these 19 drivers will finish this race? Let me know. All eyes on DC up to 4th at this moment in time. Still on the intermediate, and clearly, well, 4th was going to gamble on the softs. There's just over 3 minutes to go, so there's not long left. But there's still drop puts on the screen. I'm wondering, I don't think we'll see the softs here. I don't think we'll see them. There's only 3 minutes to go. It takes you nearly 2 minutes to get round on the outlap. And there's still droplets. I mean, a big up 4-star for going for it. He's got the other one. Gio Sheen's now out as well on the soft. But the problem Hobbsy's got now is, and Liam as well, he's waiting on the softs. And a few of the intermediate boys are still out on track and have overtook them. Hobbsy down to 8th now after being on pole at one point. But 4-star Carl and Gio Sheen now out on track. Going to give the softs a go here as the Toby reckons 11 will make the checkered flag. I'm going to say 10. I think we'll lose 9. But you see the clock is ticking. We're down to the last 2.5 minutes here. It takes you nearly that long to get round the track. So Hobbsy for now not out the pits. as the time ticks here and we come to the conclusion. For now, it is McConey, who is currently at P2 in the championship. Captain Nick, by the way, put his hat on third. Love that. Is Hobbsy going to gamble? Look at McLaren's nearly touching each other throughout the pits. Paul Parrott is pushing Hobbsy out the pits there. There could see some late drama here, but the question is, will these softs work? There's still a couple of little droplets on the screen of 4-star. I think he's going to be the first soft runner to go round. McConey's still setting laps on the interview. He's got into these softs. But here comes 4-star on his potentially last go here. The clock is now less than 2 minutes and we've got a soft tyre compound on the Red Bull of 4-star. But how will he fare? We'll keep an eye on it. We shall. With 4-star, he's got a little bit of traffic in front. That won't help him whatsoever. He has been able to. It is time for the slicks. It is time for the slicks, but how many can get round and get a time on the slicks? That's the question. 4-star's got a lot of traffic in front. There's going to be chaos here in and around the pit lane for the last 2 minutes, minute and a half of this qualifying session. The purple sector, as you'd expect for the first soft winner of 4-star. Apologies, give me one moment. I'll keep on roll with 4-star, who is the first soft runner to get a lap, or at least attempt a lap, as we approach the final minute of qualifying. I'll give you 1 second while I just sort something out. But I'll keep on mode 4-star. I think slips up there, but we will see. Apologies, just a family issue. Still a couple of droplets on the track, but you see it is heavily dominated by soft runners now. McConey, Jet, Captain Nick are done, Clerpiard's done as well. 4-star for now is the man on top. Hobbsy though did just cross the line in time to get a lap underway. He was the quickest on the intermediate last time out's race winner. Will he be the quickest on the soft? Quality's technically over now, but we've got quite a lot of drivers still that did cross the line in time. So we will see what happens. A quick recap what happened last time out here in real life, all the way back in 2019 now, due to the COVID pandemic. So it's been 3 years since, obviously he's hit the wall apparently coming onto the straight. I missed that. McConey bottle job, says your Owen. I'll keep on board with Hobbsy nevertheless, but he does look like he's in a bit of a trouble here. Obviously, after being the quickest on intermediates, the softs have clearly not helped him out. He's going to potentially be not going to be in the top 10 from the start of this race. But a quick look back as Farrell jumps to the top. Larry Owen's watching. It'll be impressive Farrell there, no doubt. But yeah, last time out here, real life, 2019, Sebastian Vettel hasn't been a race in a long time, but he did win here last time out. He also got the most wins here, with 5. Ferrari and Mercedes joint with 4 wins each in the constructors. Obviously, don't take it! He hit the wall, but it doesn't matter! He snatches it from Farrell by the finest of minds! No, he doesn't! Liam out of nowhere! Wow! What a lap! A 37.7! Hobbsy 40 yard it, Liam was like, nah, no you've not, but it is a front row start, I think, for Hobbsy, and it is pole for the reserve of FRA Liam in the Alpine. What a qualifying session here, sets us up lovely for 30 more laps of chaos in Singapore. Hobbsy 40 had it. No, he doesn't, but look at that. Hobbsy just out qualifying Farrell to get onto the front row. Then comes Carl, the Morts, the Roy, 4-star, Geoshin, Coparax, and Ennis complete the top 10. Then comes Freefall, Tobe, Strauss, McConey did so well on the inters, but it cost him in the end, not going on to the soft tyre. Same with all these boys, really. A couple didn't set laps. Brooks and Liam retired. Liam just realised our championship leader is here. He'll start dead last on the grid, but he is here to complete a full grid for this round 7, season 7 race here in Tier 2 of Singapore, and it is on pole position. It is the other Liam. Liam at the front, Liam at the back. It's a big Liam sandwich. Hobbsy, 40 head pole. But it's not a bad quality from Hobbsy. They will be full of confidence after the last time out here. 31 laps, a circuit length of 3.1 miles. And that's Sky News saying that the race is about to get going. Make sure you put it on. Right, some quick fast facts about the Singapore Grand Prix. First held in 2008, a track length of 5 kilometres. It is 61 laps in real life. The race lap record currently set by the GOAT himself, Kevin Magnussen, back in 2018 in the Haas. And of course, as mentioned, Vettel won last time, followed by Leclerc, who needs a win here on Sunday to keep his fate hopes alive of the championship, and Verstappen completing the podium. That was last time out here in real life. 3 years ago, as mentioned, which is crazy. It is a 23-turn circuit with not 1, not 2, but 3 DRS detection zones, allowing for plenty of opportunities for overtake. Maybe not in Sector 2, which I think is a real tough sector. But I think despite it being a tough street circuit, I still think there's plenty of opportunities here for an overtake, which should allow us, put us in for a very interesting race, that is for sure. As mentioned, we had single-digit finishes here in both Tier 4 and Tier 3 on Monday. So we could be in for a bit of chaos for round number 7 here. We've had the break week. The riders are now raring to go for the second half of the season. And what better way to kick off with the Singapore Grand Prix, which was the first ever night race in Formula 1 history. Loving the education tonight, aren't we, as always? Flying with the facts all over the show. And did you know the safety cars made an appearance in every Singapore Grand Prix to date, at least once? And with frequent safety car periods, it's not unusual for the Singapore Grand Prix to have ran over the 2-hour limit. 4 races here have been won in a time of over 2 hours in the past. And it is like sauna-like conditions in the cockpit during this Grand Prix. They can lose, I've mentioned earlier on, up to 4 kg of fluid during the race. I said I think I need to jump in and do a few laps of this race and lose a bit of weight. Sounds like a better going to the gym, doesn't it? And the 2017 Singapore Grand Prix was the first and currently only night race to have been held in wet conditions. That is your education for tonight's Grand Prix. All done and dusted, we now get ready for 31 laps here in Tier 2. Everyone give me predictions. There are your tyre strategies, and I'm surprised at a few. 4-star and Ennis going for the soft compound. My only thought process there is they're assuming there'll be a very early safety car, which is certainly not out of the question in terms of an early safety car. I think they're going to go for the softs and try and get their foot down early on, and then anticipate a safety car in which they will pit. The majority, as expected, opting for the hard compound, with a few of the boys, 6 to be exact, opting for the medium compound tyre, but the majority, as you can see, more than half the grid, the Farrell Carl and the Morts. Forsyth looking for a quick launch, possibly, you know, what Forsyth wants here is a clear couple of laps, no safety car here in the first sort of 4 or 5 laps. He can then gain and possibly look to overtake these boys in front who run the slower compound, and then a safety car comes out and he may be, well then again he has to pit, wouldn't he? It's a strange one with Forsyth. I'm not too sure I agree with it, but these boys are in Tier 2 for the reason. They know a lot more than me. Tom fancies free fall here to do well. 11th place at the moment on the medium tyre. Now, a championship leader Liam missed the qualifying. Lucky boy in the end that he managed to get in. He starts on the mediums, but in a real tough position of P20. Could we see a drive of the day performance from Liam here, our championship leader? It'd have to be some result in a tough circuit, that's for sure. In what is a very long formation, like, never mind the race, the formation's that's long enough in itself. There's already been a little bit of chaos here under the bridge in qualifying. I don't think it'll be the last time we see chaos under that bridge in this race, that is for sure. As we prepare then for Tier 2, season number 7. Oh, Liam! Liam. Don't want to do that in the race, do you, son? Season 7, round 7 here. The break week is over. Cone is back and we are raring to go. We are here for the 7th instalment of this season in Singapore, the Marina Bay circuit. It is bound to be a chaotic, entertaining, crazy race here, full of entertainment, as mentioned. You do not want to miss this Grand Prix. Where is he going? Hey! Where's Yoshi not? Wait, what? Did anyone else see that? I'm not seeing things, am I? That was mental. He started the race, but why didn't he even come on? But here we go then. 20 drivers, a full grid here for this Tier 2 Grand Prix. You see the McLaren Hobbs is already pointing towards the right, looking to attack. Down to turn 1. Here we go on a full grid, round 7, season 7. Singapore Grand Prix, 31 laps ahead of us. No whites as of yet. The suspense is literally killing me. As we wait and wait and wait, we're patient. The drivers are still stationary, raring to go here. And worryingly, we still have no sign of any lights yet, and Jioshin has left the session. He was the man that did go on at the start of the checkered flag, wondering if maybe there's a bit of a bug due to that. Oh no, we have lights! 3, 4, 5 lights! It's a long wait, it's a very long wait, but we're underway for the Tier 2 Singapore Grand Prix. Obviously looks to attack and may have to defend here as the Alpine Farrell puts it into a 1-2 at turn 1. There's a bit of chaos towards the back, but Hobbsy looking to attack, ends up losing a place here, and it's for now an Alpine 1-2. A crazy start, but everyone looks to have got away cleanly. No chaos as of yet, and a great start for Alpine in the championship. McConey, who was flowing up 5 positions into the top 10. Yeah, but they're going to Captain Nick, and we do have a lap 1 chaos, a lap 1 DNF. And of course, it had to be Captain Nick, and the first of potentially many DNFs tonight, as Captain Nick out of the session, but there's no sign of a VSC or a safety car. And Jioshin, of course, who had to leave the session, losing places for fun due to that. Up comes Treefault, up comes McConey, but McConey's teammate Captain Nick didn't even finish the first lap. His night is over. But what a good... Oh! Nearly at end. It's nearly going into the back of 4-star. Remember, a good start for Alpine. Liam and Farrell. Hobbsy did lose 1. Hobbsy the only driver in the top 7 to actually lose a place from the start. A good start for Ennis, a good start for Liam. I mentioned Liam. Possibly on for a driver of the day performance. Now a championship leader, Miss Quilly, already up 6. But Brooks not making it easy for him there, and gets the place back. There was a lot of contact between the Ferrari reserve driver and the Mercedes championship leader. Was up 6, now only up 5. Brooks, to be fair though, himself up 5. So both of these drivers climbing the grid here. This could be an interesting watch between the Mercedes and the Ferrari as we come to an end of what has already been a chaotic start to this Grand Prix, losing 1 driver in the form of Captain Nick. It looks like Jioshin's still not managed to take control of his car yet. He's losing more and more ground here, but this looks to be a great battle at the moment. As both Liam and Brooks complete the first lap and already up 5 places. McConey also up 5, ahead of 3-4. Towards the front, Liam's now got a 1 point, but he's flying, Liam! 1.5 seconds, then comes Farrell, obviously, then comes Brooks on his teammate, the ghost of Jioshin. Brooks is back in now, and back in, right ahead of Liam. That'll annoy Liam. Brooks got a free pass. Jioshin doesn't, Liam doesn't, but Liam might lead a free pass here. Has he got the toe to get past the Ferrari driver on the inside? I think he has. Jioshin might be able to fight it, but can't do anything about it. Jioshin, remember, a Tier 3 reserve earlier this season and was flying in Tier 3. Looking very nippy indeed. But a chaotic start to this Grand Prix, and Brooks and Liam are both up 6. What a start for the Ferrari and the Mercedes respectively here in this round 7 Tier 2 race. No safety car yet, which is crazy. I thought I might have seen one by now, but we have of course lost a driver in the form of Captain. It's not a good start for DC. Currently 3rd in the championship podium sitter last time out in Canada. All the way down in 19th, a lonely position to be in at the moment for DC. But long way to go here to bring it back. But Liam's got 1.5 to Farrell. Farrell's trying to pull away from Hobbs. The gap's already getting quite big. For the top 3. The midfield battle is surely where it's at though. There's Liam on the back of Brooks. We've already seen these two make contact before. Heavy contact as well between the two. The yellow flag up towards the front, and it's Farrell! The P2 driver! P2 no more, in a wall, and will drop for fun! Farrell from P2 all the way down to P18. And that puts Hobbsy back into P2, so Farrell with a huge error, and Brooks has retired on track, has he? Where's that? In the pits? I can't understand for the life of me why Brooks has retired in the pits. He was flying, he was up 6 positions. That's a weird one. But it does mean that 3 laps in, that's already 2 DNS. Brooks joins Captain Nick out of the race, but that is a strange one. I don't understand why. What's happened there? Looks like a pit lane retirement, but why? He was flying. A strange one, but nonetheless, that means Liam's now up 8. It's a flying start for the championship leader. Can he now hunt down Tobes, who's the man ahead of him? McConey really promising start for him as well. Currently second in the championship, had a real good battle with Liam for that title. He's up 6 as well. Hobbsy regaining that P2 due to Farrell's incident, but Hobbsy now 2.5 seconds plus behind the other Liam, FI Liam, who is cruising and in a league of his own at the moment in the early stages of this race. McConey and Carl having a bit of a battle there, and there's a little bit of contact between the AlphaTauri and the Hask. McConey does get the job done though, and that's now a 7th position gain for McConey. Yellow flag on track, and it's Strauss. Papa Strauss is out. Oh, that's a cruncher in the wall, and this time it will be a safety car. 3 laps in, 3 DNFs, the drama. We knew there'd be drama, and it is proving to be. Strauss joins Brooks and Nick already out of this race. A cruncher from the Mercedes driver, and a lap 3 safety car. It's been coming. Who will pit? That's the question. I'd imagine the slot runners will pit, that's for sure. But a crazy start of this race. 3 laps in, the safety car ready, and not 1, not 2, but 3 DNFs. Strauss, Brooks, and Nick. And that was a cruncher from Strauss. His Mercedes was right into that wall. On to get a quick drink while the drivers fall up. A couple of pit stops towards the back. Ennis, Col Paradox, Jet, and I'll get back to you in a moment once the drivers begin to form up. Right, we are back. Welcome back to this Cone Racing League Season 7 Round 7 race here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. 18 people in the stream, thank you so much for love and support for the Cone. And it's been a crazy start to this Grand Prix, as you'd probably predict. 3 DNFs in the form of Strauss, Brooks and Captain Nick. Nick on track on lap 1, didn't bring out any form of VSC or safety car. Brooks in the pit, which was a strange one, as he was up 6 and seemed to be doing really well, so not sure what happened there. And of course Strauss, who crunched it at this stage of the last lap where Liam is now, into that wall there. That was a safety car this time, as you can see. And the remaining 17 drivers will begin to form up. A great start for Liam, now up to 9th from 20th already. The championship leader, misqualifying, but he's on a mission now to get to the top, and he's already tackled more than half of the grid. On medium, no sorry, but he lost the car himself and put it in the wall. Picking up damage, he's now down in 12th, so hopefully he did get that P2 back. FRI Liam at the front, could be a Liam v Liam battle for the win here. Maybe, the way it's going at the moment, why not? Well, this man has been flying. He pulled nearly 3 seconds on Hobbsy before the safety car come out, so he's the man to watch at this moment in time. As we enter lap 5, I would imagine we'll do one more lap as a Jet going back into the pits. I'd imagine we'll do one more lap under safety car conditions, then on lap 6 we'll get ready to go racing again, I would imagine. And the chaos will probably continue to unfold once more. As mentioned on Monday, we did have a single-digit finishes here. I think it was 9 and 8 respectively finishes in the Tier 4 and Tier 3 races. And we're not quite at that stage yet in tier 2, but after 5 laps, losing 3 cars, it's been a chaotic start. But again, you'd expect that on a track like Singapore. It's a mental circuit, and we'd have rain if you misqualify. We had a lot of rain in quality as well, which was surprising, but did certainly spice it up a little bit. Jet pitting back onto the hard. Now I'm wondering if Jet's thinking about taking it on to the end now, but realistically, there's going to be another safety car in this race. I don't really like making predictions like that, but it's almost a guarantee, isn't it? around this circuit. Jet will have to catch up now. Once Jet has caught up, as long as he catches up before sector 3, which he's going to. There's no reason why we shouldn't get the safety car in, but Milner can pull back into the pit. I don't think it'll be the last time he pulls into the pits tonight by any means, but he'll pull into the pits and then we'll get cracking for lap number 6 of this Grand Prix. So that view from that balcony then, what a view they had. If I lived in them apartments there, I'd sell that view for the weekend. I'd let someone stay in my apartment and sell that view. You make a fortune. Why not? Just on board with Jet. He's about to close in on the pack ahead of him. And hopefully now, as you can see, it is in this lap. And on lap 6, he'll get ready to go racing once more. 17 of the drivers remain as we approach lap number 6 of this Season 7 Round 7 Singapore Grand Prix in Tier 2. Round 7 of 15, of course. The early pace setter is Liam. Pole position, and he's looked rapid in the early stages of this Grand Prix. But the safety car has, of course, pulled everyone back together. That gap is no more. And you have to do it all over again. He's gone early, which may catch a few people cold there. So Liam from Hobbsy, from Morts to Roy, McConey, Vanderberg. Vanderberg? I don't like to say Vanderberg, he's a footballer. VD Berg, Carl, Freefall, Tobes, Liam, and Farrell. Looks like Gio Sheen. I've had a tough night so far, Gio Sheen, with that incident as well, big flagging out earlier on. Looks to have dropped towards the back. We're on board then with Liam at the moment. There's Ennis. Jumps 2 for the price of 1 there, and I think maybe a legal overtake has caused that, because it looked like a lot of drivers were stepping off there. There's a bit of a calamity here. There's a Cole Paradox on the back of DC. Will he make a lunge on into very experienced drivers in the form of Cole Racing League? As I think Jet maybe had a bit of a sniff there. Four-star certainly having a sniff on Clerk but the Aston Martin holds on for now, but there's a lot of close contact racing here, as you'd expect. But for now, Liam already pulled a second on Hobbsy. He looks the man to beat tonight at the moment, from what I've seen. Only, of course, very early in this race, but over a second already. He looks the man to beat. McConey and Liam already making a move on Tobes, and he climbs even further now. So up 12 for Liam in 6 laps. And next up is the boy Scotty. Free fall. Can Liam get in? That's the question now. Red Bull versus Mercedes. We'll see Red Bull v Mercedes plenty of times, haven't we, in real life? We're going to see it again here in a moment, I'd imagine, as the medium tyres look to battle. 5-lap old mediums for both Free Fall and Liam. Carl in front of them on the hards. But already you can see the gap. Hobbsy not pulling away from Morse, but Liam more than pulling away from Hobbsy. Over Liam, the championship leader Liam, looking to hunt down Mr. Freefall himself. Of course, no DRS just yet, but Liam's a very nippy driver and he's the championship leader for a reason. There's a change here for the final podium position at the moment as the Roy on the medium gets past Morts on the hards. The other Aston Martin in a battle as well, as he looks to get past 4-star, and DC in this mix as well. There's 3 of them here. Oh, and it's a penalty! A penalty! The first penalty of the night, and it's a huge one. As Scott loses 2 places for the price of 1 there. Yellow flag on track, looks to be Jet, but the big news there, he may be up 13 places, but he's got a very costly 3-second penalty in the first of the night, and a big blow for the championship leader. All that hard work could just have been undone a little bit for Liam. Even if it involved Scott, who lost out to Liam and Tobes there. Farrell as well, gaining on Freefall. Farrell can get back into this race after that mistake earlier on that dropped him from second all the way down to the bottom of the field. Whoa! Oh, it's a Mario! Tobes going for a spinneroonie there. Is there a banana on track? There must have been. He's down to it's a shocker for Alfa Romeo. What a shocker it's been for them. They both lost it. And Farrell and Freefall. Oh my giddy hand, what's going on here? Farrell, Freefall and Ennis. Ennis the Menace, I'm going to call him. He is a menace and he nearly took Freefall for a ride there. Where's Scotty going? Track limit, Scotty. Bloody hell, mate. Jeez Louise. What a battle, Farrell though. He's a man on a mission now, Farrell. A bit of a gap to the cars in front, but he gets past Ennis and Farrell and Freefall. Not sure where Scotty's going. He's been on a drink again, Scott. Quite possibly. But lap number 8 and Liam now 2 seconds on Scott, on Hobbsy. De Roy though, really Hobbsy in DRS enabled. McLaren v Williams here. Hobbsy's P2. Not for the first time tonight. could be at risk here. Hobbsy could be in trouble from DeRoy. De Mort's also in the mix. There's a few cars, to be fair, catching. I think Hobbsy knows here that his P2 could be at risk from the Williams driver. Got DRS. Hobbsy's going to be a sitting duck here, and DeRoy flies past him. And DeRoy gets into P2. Hobbsy's going to try and look back at him though. Had to think about it, Hobbsy, but he's going to be careful. He's got De Mort's and McConey right on his tail. Cal not too far behind that. This could get very tasty for the battle P2. De Mort's nearly pushing Hobbsy around the corner there. And now it's DeRoy from Hobbsy. That's just suiting Liam down to the ground. He can get away. But the rest of them in very close quarters. This could get very, very tasty indeed in a moment's time, because the battles on track are getting very interesting. They're almost touching each other around the track, literally. It's that close. I'd say DeRoy all the way down to Liam at the moment, as Liam now looking to get past Carl Vidderberg. Of course, Liam with that penalty, the only driver on track to have a penalty so far. It could be very costly come the end of this race for the championship leader, who's not too far behind his championship rival McConey. Only one car separating the top two of the lead of the championship here. Could be see a battle very soon between them both. Why not? Obviously lost that P2. Can he try and get it back from DeRoy? Or is he vulnerable again here, and could he potentially lose that P2? As Liam sets fast in this boy tonight as a reserve driver. Wow, he's on fire. I'm on fire. Oh, damn, Daniel. That's not good. Penalty for DC. Podium last time out. Not happening tonight for DC though at the moment. Oh, penalty. There you go. DRS. Could we see some madness here? The DRS train, and it's Hobbsy. He could be the one in trouble here, because Hobbsy's not going to get caught here. But he's got a train and a half behind him, Hobbsy. He looks to be losing time to DeRoy as well. Liam in this fight as well. The gap then quite big down to Farrell, who's got Ennis for company. The gap then even bigger to Four-Star, who's got Freeport and Cole Paradox for company. At the moment, it's a pretty chill race. Not, you know, a little bit of drama, but you know, good standard so far. Maybe just jinx that commentator's curse. Here we go. I think the guy coming on his lap. Oh, Liam with a dive of the year. What a move. But Carl's saying, you know what, Liam? I'm not letting you have this easy. I'm going to fight to the death here. AlphaTauri versus Mercedes, the championship leader versus Carl. Carl's not going to make it easy, and I think Carl may have got that place back, but Liam on the outer side of Carl, on the inside going into the corner, but Carl's saying, you know what? No chance, mate. I'm putting my foot down here. And for now, Carl getting that place back. Lovely racing there between the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes driver, and Carl saying, you know what, mate, championship leader or not, you're not going to boss me about. You're not the big dog. Yellow flag looks like it's Ennis the Menace. Ennis has got no wing. And I just saw him drop in the pits. Oh, that's a very early pit stop off the hard, by the way, for Liam, who was the race leader. Yellow flag towards the back, I think it's Ennis again. Liam opting for the medium tyre. That was an interesting mod. And Ennis is a menace, and he's in the pits. Wow, I thought for a minute when I saw Liam drop then that there was going to be a heart attack. Are we going to see Liam versus Cal again? Well, not at the moment, because Cal's so pulled away from Liam. And we may see a battle P2 here. McLaren versus Aston Martin. Mort's round the outside of Hobbsy. Hobbsy defends well and keeps hold of that P2. And often Hobbsy's starting to reel in DeRoy again. But I mean, look at behind. Mort's, McConey, Carl, Liam as well. The top six here in very close proximity. And it's you can't take your eyes off it at the moment, that's for sure. And with Liam pitting into clear track, Liam, but all the way down in 16th now. Interesting strategy, that is for sure, but I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's a big call to make when he was so far ahead. The brave call, will it work out or will it backfire? Only time will tell here over these next 21 laps or so. Plenty of drama, plenty of entertainment so far, but overall some very clean, entertaining racing. Especially on the last lap between these two. Carl was not going to give up that position for the life of him. And again, remains ahead of Liam. They approach lap 11. Maybe some DRS movements in a moment. As Hobbsy out of DRS, but knows that behind him the boys will be in DRS and could potentially put him under some pressure. Under pressure! Obviously, of course, a winner last time out in Canada. Looking to get at least back-to-back podiums tonight. On course for that at the moment. But in a right old battle here, right old scrap. And don't forget, they're all on the mediums, not on the hard. So obviously, with that longer stint potentially, as a Jet down in 14 does get fastest lap on the hard. So maybe maybe he's going to get back into this race after a difficult start. We will see, doing something right though, isn't he? And here comes the DRS, probably the most entertaining of the 3 DRS zones here, and the most likely to get a move. And Morts this time breaks late, but does get past Hobbs. He couldn't do it last lap. He does do it this time around though. And Morts in the Aston Martin, pushing Hobbsy down to third. And Hobbsy's now got McConey for company, Cal for company, and Liam not too far behind either. Then comes Farrell, who's a good few seconds behind. Liam in the pits again. What is going on here? Now I'm confused. There's a lot of things that have confused me tonight, and that is one of them. Why is he... I don't get that. He was winning, comfortably winning. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone can explain that to me in the comments who's a little bit more knowledgeable than me, but I can't really weigh that up at all. But anyway, the Riders lead on the mediums though. It's interesting split here because the top 6, 3 on the hard, 3 on the mediums. It balances things very nicely. You can see all of them are setting such good raw pace. You know, none of them are really pulling away from each other. They just literally stuck together, and we've got a 6-horse race at the moment for this race, for this Grand Prix. Liam should be in that battle, but I'm confused with Liam there. Has DC had a moment? I think he has, possibly. He's just lost 4 places, 3 or 4 places there. No damage for DC, but maybe a bit of a wobble. And here we go then. Are we about to see some more moves? Jet gets past Tobes in the Alfa Romeo battle. Can Hobbsy get that place back on Morts? No, he can't. But Hobbsy, who lost the P2 last lap in this position, could lose his P3 here to McConey. Don't think he will though. The gap is big enough to save Hobbsy. As Morts starts to climb on the right. I'm wondering if the mediums are starting to deteriorate a little bit here now. Quite possibly. Ennis the Menace setting a fast lap on the set of hard tyres. I'd imagine Liam can get his foot down, but at least get the fast lap. Yeah, Topher's baffled as well. I can only assume Liam had damage, but he pitted twice. He went off the hards onto the mediums super early. He didn't need to do that, and then onto the soft straight away. So has he got damaged twice? I don't know. I just find it very, very strange. Very strange, because he was in a league of his own here tonight. He was gone. He was a clear favourite to win the Grand Prix by a mile. No doubt about it. And the the clear favourite is probably one of these 2, or one of these 6. Because at the moment, these 6 are... I mean, Farrell is starting to creep into that battle, but at the moment he's still a comfortable 3 seconds behind them all. And Farrell racing a very lonely race at the moment. 3 seconds in front, 3 seconds behind, chilling on his own. Morts though has pulled away from the boys behind him and really started to close on the right. I'm wondering if their medium tyres now are starting to deteriorate. Yellow flag towards the back, looks like an Alfa Romeo, looks like it's Tobes. We've had a moment. But I think we could see a change of race lead here. And I think the Williams could be in trouble. The 2 worst teams in real life this season are now battling out for the win in Cone. Will Morts have enough to make a lunge on him? No, he won't. Oh, Carl will though. Bloody hell, Carl. Has he made it stick though? That is the question. McConey going to come back at him, and I think McConey may have that place back. He may not do though. I think he does. It was a brave move from Carl. Has that now put him under pressure though from Liam? It was a mad move from Carl, and respect to McConey for fighting it back and getting the place back. But wow, I mean, Liam has set a fast up on the softs, which you'd expect, but even so, I just don't understand that at all. Could we see Carl and McConey go at it again here? It isn't, of course, as long as the previous DRS straight. To be fair, it's like, listen, there's 3 DRS zones on this track, but realistically, other than the one we've just been to, when Carl and McConey went at it, the other 2 are a little bit meh, aren't they? Like, it's very rare you see things happen there. Yellow flag, seen something happen there, and that's a clear PR, I think. Couple of wobbles, but no DNS for a while, and McConey, yeah, I did say the mediums are probably dying, and McConey's probably back that point up. Evening PO, Diggers, what a man. McConey pitting, had enough of the mediums, and I just wonder, has the Roy had enough of his mediums yet? He's doing a good job for now, though, holding off Morts. And I think he's got a big enough gap, despite the DRS, to probably hold on to that P1 again here, DeRoy, for another lap. And good PO, you're doing okay, mate. Nice to hear from you, pal. We're approaching the halfway point in this race, and at the moment, they're all doing a fantastic job on these mediums, but I do think you can see the majority of the grid now, apart from DeRoy and Liam, and 3-4 of course as well, are on some form of hard tyres, whether the new hards or older hards, Liam of course on the softs as well, sorry. McConey has pitted onto the hards and down in P14, but with clear track, which from McConey I'm sure will be happy with to get his foot down now, and look to kick on from there. I don't think DeRoy and Liam will be far behind him though. I think they'll be due a pit stop soon as well. Again, this DRS though, I find it really boring, this one. It just doesn't seem to much go on because it's so short. Maybe that's my opinion, who knows. I'm not an F1 expert, but I just find it really dull. Well, there you go, that's me. Yeah, I think DeRoy's due a pit stop, possibly onto the hards to the end. I don't see any other sort of strategy that he could go for. He certainly can't do a medium soft round here. Doesn't pit yet though. Is Liam gonna throw it into the pits? No, he's not. Is Scott gonna put it into the pits in a moment? He's the other medium runner. It's done 30 laps! Oh, Scotty, it's time for a pit stop now, sunshine. Scotty, Scotty, Scotty. He's just skidding round. Oh, Scotty. That's one for the highlight reel, isn't it? Get that on the YouTube. He's not pitted now, which I find bizarre. Yellow flag, it's DeRoy. It's DeRoy! No, it's not DeRoy. He's lost the position, but it's not him who's gone off the track, is it? Is it DC? I don't know. Is it 4-star? I don't know. It was, but DeRoy's lost his position anyway. Look, we missed that. That's Scott's fault for putting us off. So Morts does take the lead, and I'm just wondering, these medium tyres don't seem to be the one. Liam's not really gaining on odds here, and DeRoy's already lost over a second to Morts. Rick and Mortsy. Anyway, lap 15, we are vastly approaching the midway point of this round 7, tier 2, season 7 race here at the Moon Bay Street Circuit in Singapore, and it's all to play for really. We had a very early safety car, but a lot of early drama, but it seems to have settled down a little bit now. The boys certainly putting on a show and showing us how this race should be done so far. Of course, there's a long way to go, and know that things probably will change, but for now, Morts is probably the favourite. I think DeRoy may pack it in here and go for that, go into the pits, but who am I to judge? Maybe he won't. He will. Will Liam. DeRoy will Liam more. Of course, Roy did lose that P1. So had enough now. Nearly it's a walker into the pits. That would have been good, would it? So is 3-4 going to come in this lap? He was the other one, wasn't he? Of course, he had a bit of a spin, 3-4. Bit of a spin at Zola. Anyway, I think Scott may come in here. My opinion is wrong. My prediction is wrong. He doesn't come in. So, towards the front, Liam India to obviously, but again, he's not going to get anywhere near him, is he? Anywhere near him. As the driver puts a set of fresh hards on and loses out to McConey. There you go. So McConey pitting a little bit earlier has worked and does jump ahead of DeRoy. McConey pitted 2 laps ago for the hard. Sandwiched in between them all is Scott. Scott on a look on McConey potentially. Of course, Scott not pitted yet on the mediums, but he'll be due a pit stop very soon. But McConey will be laughing with that. Jumping DeRoy, that little early pit stop may have just paid dividends for the man who's currently sat second in the championship, knowing that his championship rival Liam has a penalty here. Only 1 or 2 drivers currently have penalty tonight. and that could cost him at the end of this race. We'll see once more if Liam does come into the pits. He's the only driver in the top 10 not on the hards now, Liam. And has done a hell of a long stint on them medium tyres, so I would be surprised, put it that way, if he opted to not pit this time around. So I've been saying that for a while, and he's not pitted, and I don't think he's going to pit, so interesting to see what Liam does here. He's clearly happy with the tyres. But a medium soft's not doable, so he's going to have to go onto the hards at some point, that's for sure. When? I do not know. Since Canderoy put some ground in to catch up with McConey. Don't want to get stuck behind Scott, that's for sure. Scott doing McConey's solid at the moment here and just Scott's letting him pass. I wonder where Scott had gone then for a minute. Just vanished off my screen. Scott's helmet disappeared. I don't know, he's a bit of a bottle job. Hey, love you Scott, love you Scotty. DC had enough of his art. He's going to go on to the mediums now to the end of the race. A podium sitter last time out. Speaking of podium sitters last time out, the race went a Hobbsy last time out. He's still holding on to that podium place, still keeping ahead of Liam. Liam seems to be constantly in the DRS of Hobbsy, but can't get close enough to put any pressure on him. 20 people in the stream, big up Cone. Love you all. Hope everyone's having a great evening. And enjoying this round 7 tier 2 race here of season 7 of CRL. And 14 laps to go. And still some interesting strategy calls that could certainly prove out to be costly. One of them being McConey, who of course pitted early in the... I just wonder, is he still the favourite, McConey, here? Of course, the boys around him though will have to go onto the mediums instead of the hards, so it's all to play for. There's still so many if, buts and maybes. Will there be another safety car? And his likelihood is probably yes. However, the last sort of 10 or so laps have been a very clean Grand Prix. There's not many incidents. I'm still surprised at Liam, whose slots will be pretty much dead now already. He looked the race favourite, and Tobes again. Is that the song off what's that track called, the Mario Kart, the Mall? Coconut Mall. So I think Liam may have DC him threw a banana then out of his car. Tob slips over it. Tob needs a bullet bill. He needs a bullet bill, doesn't he, to get to the front. If you know, you know. Mario Kart, what a game. Yeah, sorry, I went off a bit of a tangent there. As normal. Anyone who knows me as a commentator knows I do that quite frequently. But anyway, McConey has got past Claire PR. Claire PR also yet to pit. I mean, the hard runners, he's quite common, they're not going to pit yet. Liam, though, I mean, his mediums must be hanging on by a thread, surely to God. Is he anticipating a safety car, Liam? Again, he seems to be constantly within that sort of 7 to 8 tenths of Hobbsy, and not enough to sort of get him and the other Liam, who, I mean, it's a strange one. Oh, Scotty. I told you to pit, Scott, you wouldn't listen to me, would you? And that, Scott, is why I'm a champion in Cone and you're not. I like it! If anyone says it, by the way, me and Scott are very good friends. You know, I don't just do it for the sake of it. I like to support everyone in Cone. I'm a very kind commentator, apart from Scott. Carl does pit, he goes earlier in comparison to the rest of the hard runners. Hobbsy pits as well, and Liam does finally get past him, but on an 18 lap set of medium tyres, which is very interesting indeed. Carl Hobbsy onto the mediums, Farrell and Gilsheen probably onto the mediums as well. So there is activity in the pit stop as we go to Ted Kravitz. Ted? No? Ted? 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 No? No. No Ted. Whoa! Oh, Carl! Bloody hell, Carl! He nearly took the right out there, didn't he? And Claire Pierre go for a lunge. No, he cannot. But Carl's an interesting one now. He's the highest medium runner, apart from obviously Liam, who's not pitted. But could Carl be on for a good race? I mean, he's a big. He's still behind McConey. He's behind the Roy, but only just. Will that change here as Carl goes on the inside of the Roy? The Roy has hit the wall. He avoided damage. What a view that is, by the way. The helicopter view. Look at that. Yellow flag behind it. Looks like Clear PR has gone. But Carl, could he be on for a result now? Oh, it's Liam. What has happened to him tonight? What a dip. What a dip in form. But I think it's all the potential race winners here. McConey, the fresh hards, or fresher hards, should I say. Carl on the fresh mediums. Hobbsy on the fresh mediums, not too far behind either. It is all to play for in this Grand Prix, that is for sure. And surely Liam's in the pit now. No. Okay then. I mean, Mort's pits, Liam goes for a 19th lap on the mediums. I mean, look. This guy's a Tier 2 Championship leader. He knows a lot more than I do. So who am I to judge? I did say, could he be on for a drive at a performance? He has now gone from 20th to 1st. But of course, hasn't pitted yet. So that will change. However, Ticker comes out now. He's not in a bad spot, Liam, at all. Mort, oh, Morts, oh dear. Nearly a Morts. That sausage curb nearly took you for a spinner, really, there. Morts ahead of Carl. McConey's climbing though. But McConey now knows there's a few fresh medium runners behind him as Cole Paradox loses out to Jet. These two also yet to pit. I did pit, but very early in the race for the hards. And we'll probably have to pit again. Tobes with a penalty. Claire PR in the pits. On free fall. Well, going for a bit of a Sunday drive now, isn't he, Scott? Still not pitted. Anyway, right. DC making a move on Ennis and putting his car into P11, but of course DC one of 4 drivers that has got a penalty, which will cost him, you'd imagine. McConey's job now, I mean, McConey's in a good spot here. He knows that the guys in front of him have got a pit, but also knows that the two behind him on the fresh mediums are going to be very nippy and probably have a lot more pace in him at the moment. So it's an interesting one for McConey. Knowing that the guy ahead of him in the championship hasn't pitted. He does sit in P1, but he's not pitted Liam. I mean, he's leaving for a medium soft here. The more and more he doesn't pit, I start to think he's going for a medium soft Liam, but it's a huge risk. I mean, them mediums must be dead. Surely, without 20 laps they are dead, surely. And what? Softs go for what? I'm not an expert. Is it about 6 laps of softs? Is that probably a fair assumption? 6 laps the softs run for? So even if he was going for a medium soft, he's still got to do a good chunk of laps on the mediums where he even thinks about the soft. So again, I may be wrong. I'm no expert, but I would imagine the longer he goes on these mediums, one, he's anticipating and hoping for a safety car, and two, he's going for that medium soft run. But to do the medium soft run, he needs to get to about lap 25, 26. So still a long way to go on them tyres, and them tyres, as Tobe was just said in the comments, must be near puncture territory, so it's a big risk. As mentioned, he is the current Tier 2 Championship leader. He knows what he's doing. He's a quality driver. He's not top by luck and merit, he's top for constantly performing at a high level. So he knows what he's doing, but I can't help but feel that no matter how experienced you are, it looks a risk. Again, I can't see Liam going onto the hards now. It would make no sense. You may as well have done that earlier on. I don't think he's interested in the hards. I think it's I think he's got one or two options here. He's praying for a safety car. I'm going to stick on the mediums until that happens. Or, as mentioned, he's going for the medium soft strategy. But even that now looks surely impossible, because the softs go for, is it a maximum of 7 laps realistically? That's still another 3 or 4 laps on these tyres. I don't think these tyres can go 3 or 4 more laps. And Liam is now pitting, but surely not onto the hards now? He just seems a waste, doesn't it? He could have done that earlier on. Again, he's a championship leader. But how much time has he lost by... He's going on the softs. I mean, he's not going to get them to the end. He's never in a million years, in my opinion. And listen, as mentioned, I'm no expert. I have nowhere near the quality of these boys or the knowledge of these boys. And he's a championship leader. Who am I to judge him? Jet's doing it as well. Am I missing a trick here? Surely you can't get them softs to the end. I mean, it sounds daft, doesn't it, with only 9 laps or so to go, but this track is brutal. And I've known in previous games, lap 6 is about your cut-off point. So lap 9, he may get him to the end if he looks after him, but he will be minced. He'll be nippy for the next few laps. Really nippy. But pretty soon he'll fall off a cliff, Liam. He's down in 9th now as well. He's a long way behind this pack, and this pack can't pit in again. So I just wonder, by drawing the mediums out, has he slipped up? Again, there's no doubt over these next 4 or 5 laps he will be rapid, he will gain time, you'd imagine, and gain ground on the front runners. But the gaps are huge, he's a long way behind them front runners. So I just feel, again, he's a championship leader, he knows a lot more than I do. But I just can't see how it's going to work out for him. Bar maybe, I mean, safety car comes out, different story, but if there's no safety car now, I just find it very odd and a real bold strategy from Liam. Especially when he's championship level, McConaughey's in 4th and gaining on the top 3 and possibly looking for a podium. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one. Jet also going for the soft compound tyre as well. I just can't see these softs lasting, I'll be honest with you. Ennis gets a penalty. I mean, look at Freefall now on 21 laps of mediums. Bear in mind, Scott's had a couple of wobbles as well, so that will be even worse condition than what Liam's were in. And of course, Scott hasn't got anything to lose, has he? He's down in 15th. Liam was leading the race. It's a bit of a different situation here, so Scott probably could do it, could risk a medium stop. And probably pit very, very soon. But I just can't see, unless safety car comes out, I can't see these softs lasting very long. I can't, and certainly I'll get into the end without risking a puncture, that's for sure. Liam will probably make a move here and get past Geosheen. I don't think there's any doubt about this. As mentioned, these softs for the next couple of laps will feel amazing. They'll feel like, they'll feel like the best thing since sliced bread. But I mean, Geosheen's going to fight this, but not be able to defend it. But if I'm Geosheen there, I'm thinking, you know what? I'll let him take that because I'll get him back. My medium's going to the end, no problem. His softs are going to struggle, and he's also got a penalty. Oh, Mort's the race leader. Oh, well, I guess net race leader because Cole Parrots hasn't pitted. Oh, has pitted, hasn't he, Cole Parrots? Sorry. But Mort's avoided damage there, but dropping a hell of a lot. That does put McConaughey, which Liam won't like, into the podium positions. And there goes Scott Family onto the soft tyre. So Cole Parrots probably going to go to the end on the hards, but they won't feel great. There's a whole abundance of strategies here, and a yellow flag on track as well. It looks like a Ferrari. No, sorry, it was Alfa Romeo, wasn't it? It was Tobes again. So yeah, a whole abundance of strategies here. We've had no DNF in a long, long time. Was it 3 DNFs in 3 laps? And now we've gone 21 laps without ones. It's been a very, I'd say uneventful race so far in terms of DNFs, because the Tier 4 and Tier 3 races were crazy here. So big up all those drivers, what a job they've done so far. There's still drama potentially to come. But I don't know who the favourite is here. I mean, maybe Carl at the moment, who's about to get the race lead and fly past Cole Parrots, whose hards now will struggle. But we've got old hards, fresh softs, new mediums, new hards. I mean, the strategies here are mad, they're wild. And it's like Liam, already them softs will start to die now. Yes, he's made a little bit of ground on them front runners, but not enough. He's nowhere near them still. And every corner that he goes around now, them softs will get worse and worse and worse. And I just don't see Liam getting to the end on them softs. And if he does, fair play, but they won't be great. He's a lot of time. I just think with Liam, and again, I may end up regretting this and looking a bit of an idiot. But I feel like with Liam, he just did too long on the mediums. A medium hard would have been much more sensible, like McConaughey went for. And again, maybe we'll look back in 7 laps or so and I'll be wrong. I've been wrong many times before, I'll be wrong again. But from what I can see in front of me right now, I just think it was a strange move. However, yellow flag again. Tobes in a wall, but no DNF. That would have made things interesting if we had a safety car there. Doesn't like we're going to have a safety car, though. Tobes has a moment once more, but isn't out of the race. DC losing out to 4-star there. Red Bull versus Williams. 4-star climbing into that top 10. I'm just intrigued with Liam. I'm just really intrigued with him. I guarantee you them softs are already starting to feel a little bit shaky after 3 laps. Bearing in mind there's still what? 6 laps to go? Again, maybe I'll be wrong, who knows, we'll see. Time will tell. as we do come to the back end, and there you go, another penalty. So his race, I don't want to say over, but with 6 second penalties, in trouble, Liam. And McConey, who is currently second in the championship behind Liam by a total of 17 points, will feel now, if he can see out for him, it's a big if, because he's got 3 cars right behind him, that he can gain some ground on Liam here further. However, McConey under pressure, under big pressure from De Roy, from Hobbs, from Morts as well. Morts on that spin, but looks to get back into the race now. Anybody know if there's a way of oh, Morts. I just need to check the YouTube channel 1 second. I've had a few comments on it with regards to something. To check something very quickly. Hobbsy gets past the Roy. What a battle this is for the final podium position. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll just very quickly check the stream for something. There will be 1 second. Right, it's okay. Right, 40 people on the stream, thank you so much for your love and support tonight for this Tier 2 Season 7 Round 7 race here in Singapore. We're into the latter stages now, but it's still all to play for, as the strategies are such a variety, aren't they? They differ massively. To a T here, Cal, at the moment. Flying over 5 seconds on Cole Barracks, whose hards will feel like Cole Barracks could be in trouble here, because he's got some very quick compounds, including his teammate behind him. Liam, not worked out tonight, has it? He's lost out to Dioshin as well. That strategy wasn't the one. Looks like I was right. Not often that I'm right, but looks like I was right on this occasion. Yellow flag on track. Oh, it's one of the front runners! Morts again! And he's out of the running now. That puts Farrell up to 6th. And means the podium battle at the moment is probably between McConey, Hobbsy and De Roy. And maybe Cole Paradox, who has got a decent gap for now, but I would imagine he knows Cole Paradox. His hard tyres are nowhere near in the condition of McConey's. That's Liam, who's gone off track. And it's turning into being a nightmare night for Liam. Of course, it was never going to be easy starting 20th. He's gone again. And if you're McConey now, you've got an unbelievable opportunity here. And not to McConey, the other lads in the championship as well, to gain some ground on someone who's been superb so far this season. He's a championship leader, but he's on course to score very few points, if any, tonight. Of course, only 12 drivers score points at the moment. He's got 6 seconds of penalties, and he's everywhere. He's losing time for fun. So what a battle it is between the two McLarens and the Haas. McConey in a Haas sandwich, but Cole Paradox, he's losing time, and he's under pressure from McConey and his teammate Hobbsy, of course. Hobbsy getting his first ever Cone Racing League win back in Canada last time out in round 6. On course again for another potential podium. If he can challenge both Cole Paradox and McConey. De Roy still in this mix as well, and by no means out of the running here. Cal, though, bar mistakes, looks nailed on to bring this race home. What a race so far from the AlphaTauri of Cal. And AlphaTauri won back here the last time we came to Singapore in Cal in season 5 at the Steiny. Looks like AlphaTauri, bar some huge drama now, are going to continue that trend as he leads by 7 seconds to Cole Paradox. He's defending for his life here, but knows his free cars on better strategies that are going to give him hell these last 4 or so laps. And I think Cole Paradox knows that he's vulnerable here, and he's hanging on for the podium, but he's potentially slipping away. But the question is, McConey, obviously, they can't all get a podium, so only 2 of these 4 at the moment can get a podium. 2 of them can't, so it's a great battle for P2 and P3. The P1 spot, again, barring mistakes, looks nailed on. Liam on another fresh set of softs, but now down in 13th. The big thing for Liam here is he spun again, and he's out on the point, so I think that's his race done. Liam's night is over. So our championship leader looks nailed on to be scoring nothing. He's going to leave Singapore as it stands without a single point. McConey's in 3rd, McConaughey could potentially take the lead of the championship tonight, especially if he can jump Cole Paradox, defend from Hobbsy and DeRoy, and bring home a P2. McConaughey could be your championship leader going into the sprint race in Jeddah next weekend, or next Thursday. But of course, this is a big 3 and a bit laps. Yes, in this race, still a long way to go, and things can and will change, no doubt. But if McConaughey knows that Liam at the moment sat in 13th, nowhere near the points, he could gain massive ground here and potentially jump Liam and be a championship leader going to Jeddah next week. Morts has got past Farrell. Farrell going to come back in. They're both these two on very similar medium tyres battling for that P6 spot. Morts for now gets ahead of the Alpine driver, but this is where it's at the moment. The battle for the final couple of podium places. Carl's lead gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's looking pretty dominant now from Carl, as long as he can bring it home. But the P2 and P3 battle is where it's at. 4 drivers here battling for 2 podium places. 2 can get it, 2 cannot. Cole, to be fair to him, doing a great job of defending. Now on 24 lap old hard tyres, they will feel like rubbish now. But at the moment, despite him coming off in the right behind him, he's still for now gripping onto that P2 for dear life to form a tier 3 champion. He knows how to win things, Cole Paradox, that's for sure. Can he win this though and get that P2, or can his teammate be the one that takes it away from him? We will see. McConaughey, of course, knows he could be a championship leader. Hobbsy knows he can get back to that podium for winning the last time out in Canada. DeRoy knows he can put himself on the podium once more. But as mentioned, only 2 of these 4 can get on the podium. 2 will miss out. Will it be Cole Paradox, McConaughey, Hobbsy or DeRoy? Cole Paradox now 25 laps on the hard. McConaughey 10 laps better off, but for now still stuck behind the McLaren. Hobbsy the only one of these 4 on the medium tyre. It is all to play for. That's 29, 3 laps to go in this mini podium battle. The question is, which one gets it? McConaughey got DRS again, but I think Cole Paradox may hold on still. He's defending for his life and continues to do so. McConaughey can't find a way through. It remains in this order. Cole Paradox from McConaughey. From, oh, there's a contact there between the two. DC deciding the pits, his night is over. He becomes the 4th retiree, the 3rd retiree in almost 26 laps. But Cole Paradox now under pressure. McConaughey is almost pushing him and was pushing him around the corner back then. What it will mean is, I was going to say put Liam back into the points, but he's out of 15th, so Liam's not getting points at all. But Cole Paradox, he wants that P2, but can he do it as his hards continue to deteriorate? McConaughey's got DRS, but of course he's not a one rundown, but I think this could be it. Could McConaughey make what could be a championship leading move? No, he can't. Cole Paradox, with 2.5 laps to go, still holds on to P2, but look at Morts! He's joined the battle, he wants the podium, there's now 5 of them in close proximity. Where's Morts come from? Farrell! Could he ever late jump into this podium battle as well? We are in for 2 crazy laps here, and Lord DeRoy's gone wide and give Morts a position. He's going to come back, but it's a costly mistake from the Williams driver, and a huge move from the Aston Martin. We didn't even put Morts in this conversation a minute ago. But could he do it? Could he get into this mix? Could he, out of nowhere, score a podium? We will see. Cole Paradox knows he's 2 laps away from such a hard-fought P2, but he's got 4 or 5 cars that won that P2 as well. McConaughey the closest at the moment. He's tried and failed on this DRS zone on numerous occasions. Will he try and fail again? I think he will. He's too far behind. Cole Paradox is edging closer and closer to a defensive masterclass here. And look, a P3 for McConaughey will still be a great result. It'll still be a result that possibly puts him on top of the championship, but he'll want that P2. Hobbsy won't want to miss out the podium by the skin of his teeth, especially when it's his teammate that could potentially take that podium from him. And Morts capitalising on the DeRoy mistake, fending off Farrell Fury, and now possibly putting himself in the late conversation for a podium. Farrell's got past DeRoy. What's happened to DeRoy? DeRoy's dropped in a wall, and DeRoy gone from a podium potentially. Now all the way down into 8th with damage. So he's out of the question. But look at this. I mean, it is a Cole Paradox train, literally. And he's got just over a lap to do it. It's that close, it's that fine now. Cole Paradox get. Oh, and Hobbsy! Hobbsy spun the car! It's heartbreak! Morts has gone as well. What's the contact between the two of them? It's absolute heartbreak. We said there'd be late drama. There is late drama, and the last time out was race winner Hobbsy has lost the car. Mort's dream is over as well. GLG getting into the P5 battle. Farrell giving himself a late hope of a podium, but I don't think so. All of a sudden, it looks the battle for P2, and Cole Paradox still holds off from McConey. McConey, one last throw of the dice here to get that P2. If Cole Paradox lost it now, he'd be absolutely heartbroken. You feel this is McConey's last chance here. And again, it looks a much better exit from the McLaren driver. An exit that I think will surely keep him ahead of McConey. I think that's McConey's best opportunity gone there, but Hobbsy and Morts. Hobbsy, it's gone from jubilation to heartbreak in a space of a race here. He won his first ever Cone Racing League race in Canada last time out. He was on course at one point for a podium again here. Was there contact between Morts and him? Heartbreak for the two of them. McConey just 2 tenths now behind in yellow flag in front. I mean, we're going to talk about Carl in a moment. He's now 14 seconds ahead. He's going to cruise it home. What a result for Carl. But will there be a late change here? Can McConey push Cole Paradox to the line and somehow, some way, get that P2? I don't think he will. I think it'll be a masterclass from a former champion, a Tier 3 champion in Season 5. However, it is not done yet, and McConey can almost taste that P2. Farrell as well, not too far behind, but will just run out of time, you feel. But the winner, by some margin, dominance, perfect strategy, superb. Carl wins Singapore Grand Prix, and deservedly so. What a fight from Carl. And Cole Paradox, by the skin of his teeth, one more he loses that by the looks of it. He does bring on P2, but McConey gets on the podium. That is big points for McConey, knowing that Liam isn't going to score them tonight. McConey gets on the podium, but what an effort on 28 lap old hards for Cole Paradox, who defended for his life and brings home a more than deserved P2. It's a fantastic podium from the 3 Cs, Carl, Cole Paradox, and of course CRL, McConey. What a podium, what was up from Carl, he now wins by over 14 seconds. In what was, in fairness, a very clean race. Only 4 DNSs and 3 of them coming in the first 3 laps, only 1 safety car. Not what was predicted, but in all, some fantastic racing there. A few controversial moments, a few strange moments as well. The likes of Jay Brooks and FR Alien, who at one point nailed on to win this race. But it ends with a victory from Carl, a dominant victory from Carl. And by 3 tenths, a Cole Paradox and McConey podium. A great result from Farrell as well. He coming 4th. Sheen, look, at one point his race was over. Got a 5th. Hobbsy, that 6 will hurt from Hobbsy. Consistently in the mixture of podium all the way until the end when him and Mort's had an incident. The Roy 4-star Jet, Clerpian, Ennis complete the points. So reckons Cole Paradox on McConey driver there. You want to go to the toilet back in a second. Apologies. Really needed the toilet. It was a long race. There you go then. Take a breath. 55-minute Grand Prix. Wow. Won deservedly so by Carl, who was just dominant tonight. What an effort. Cole Paradox, what a great result from him. What a grind on them hards to bring it home. McConey from 14th on the grid, scoring what will be a huge podium for his title ambitions. Farrell, will you be disappointed? I'm not sure. I mean, he was in second at one point, had the big spin in early in the race, but still brought him a P4. Gio Sheen, I mean, it looked like his race was over, getting a P5, and obviously in Mort, so they'll be disappointed, won't they? In the end, with a couple of mistakes costing them. DeRoy, 4-star. Jet, Clerpiat, Ennis and Ennis completing the points. Tobes, Freefall, Liam, all completing the race but not scoring points. DC did DNF in the end, as did Strauss, Brooks. And it was a dramatic start with them 3 DNFing in the first 3 laps, but after that, only DC DNF'd. It was a very uneventful in terms of DNFs, but a fantastic spectacle. And the slot race you want to see, it was thrilling and a real pleasure to watch. And my vote's going to go to McConey tonight, I think. No. I think I'm going to give it to Carl, my vote. Just. And then we'll check if them 3 want an interview. Very quickly. Oh, I'm shattered. So Carl, McConey and Cole Paradox. See if any of these boys are up for an interview. Why not? Give them a minute to respond. I'm sure they'll be interested. But we'll see. They might tell me to do one. Who knows? Who knows? We'll give them a couple of minutes to respond. And failing that, that'll be us done. Make sure you head over to the to watch the tier 1 race, which is taking place now. Go and watch the best of the best tackle Singapore. Cole Paradox does want an interview, so we'll get him in. I've not heard anything from the other 2 yet, but I will get Cole Paradox in regardless. And then we'll see McConey and Carl want one as well. Let's get Cole Paradox in the party for a quick chat after he defended for his life to bring home that P2. And it looks like Carl's up for one as well, which is good. So 2 of the 3 at the moment up for a chat. We'll add Carl and it was called Carl Vandenberg. I was right. I got it right. Right, we'll add Carl and Cole Paradox to the chat and get their thoughts. Nothing from McConey, unfortunately, but we'll get the other 2 in. I've added him to the party, so I'll give them both a second to join. Make sure I've added them both. Yeah, definitely have been added, so we'll give them both a minute to join the party. And then if they don't join, we'll call it a day. But they've obviously been joining, so we'll give them a minute. See if we hear anything. But yeah, what a dramatic race! That was crazy, absolutely crazy. And a pleasure back on commentary for such a great race, a great spectacle, which it was. Cole Paradox said he's on his way 2 seconds, and we have one of our race winner with us.
Oh, yeah.
Is your voice sharing on, mate? Before we start,
I think I'll just double check.
No worries. Always best to check. Evening, guys. Can you both check that your voice sharing's on? Don't want to waste our time or waste your time. Don't want to waste your time talking without anyone being able to hear you.
Right. I think I got it.
Both good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Right, we'll start with Cole Paradox. First of all, congratulations on a very hard-fought podium, mate. I bet you're a little bit stressed
so
after that,
much.
aren't you?
Well, the amount of stress I was having at the end of the race with Marconi in my rear, I'm still sweating.
I mean, you did obviously a very long stint on the hards, and at one point there was about 4 cars behind you, literally pushing you around the corner. There was
I felt like
Marconi,
Alonso
Hobbsy.
in Monaco.
Yeah, there was Alonso. I was going to say Alonso. There was Hobbsy. There was Marconi. A couple of us as well. I mean, what was the pressure like for the last sort of 7-8 laps? Because it was constant.
Well, the amount of pressure was insane, but at the moment I felt like I could keep them behind, but I just didn't know if I could make it to the end. I just had to save up all the ERS for the long straights. But it was the strategy I thought about yesterday already, just to start on the mediums and go for an early safety car pit stop, hopefully make it to the end. I'm glad it worked out.
Well, you've scored many podiums before, obviously in Cone, but that's probably one of the most hardish you've had to work for, in terms of like defending for so.
It's such a
tough circuit, isn't
had
it?
to work for.
Yeah, I mean it's such a tough circuit. One little mistake, and I mean, you've seen it tonight on many occasions. One little mistake and it can cost you. But it was a great effort. Looking at the championship standings before tonight, you was actually joint 5th, 1 point behind DC, who was 4th. You scored some solid points there. I mean, I don't exactly know where you will be, but I'd imagine you'll be floating around that top 3, top 4. And of course, Liam, the championship leader, didn't score any points tonight, so you'll be well in the mix. I mean, do you think you can put together a title charge? Of course, you've won Tier 3. Can you win Tier 2 as well?
Hopefully. Sometimes I have the pace, but I feel like my race pace isn't comparable to the top lads. I just need to win it on consistency. That's always been my thing. So, but today Strauss really helped me being my race engineer. So that also a major shout out to Strauss.
He did have a good race, didn't he? He was out pretty early on.
We don't talk about it at the moment.
Not a good race, but a good engineering job from Strauss. So fair play to him. No, pleasure, mate, and a great result from you in the end. So very well done. Hopefully you can keep it going now.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Take care, mate. We'll make Cal wait a little bit longer because he won the race. We'll make him wait. I think we have been joined by our third podium sitter, Marconi.
You have.
Good evening, my friend. Is your voice sharing on? I'm just double checked. I don't want you talking to me without it. The amount of times people have done that, we've done a full interview and then we look back and it wasn't on. So just double check if you look very quickly. Saves you having to miss out on an interview. I've done it myself in the past where it wasn't on, and
yeah.
I can check the stream actually as well to.
That might be quicker to be fair.
Yeah, I'll check the stream for you. I don't even know where to check. Everyone always asks me where do I find it. I have no idea. Let me just check the stream very quickly to see if it was on. Bear with me 1 second. Right, I think you're good to go. I think we're okay.
Thanks, yeah.
We got there in the end. Hey, got to have a bit of drama, haven't we? First of all, mate, I want to get your thoughts on the race, just in general.
Intense, as predicted. You know,
Yeah.
Singapore's going to be like that. It was just a total sweat, and I just wanted to. I don't often do interviews, you know, Hedge. I just wanted to say well done to Cole Paradox because that was amazing what he just did on the. I don't know how many laps he'd done on those tyres, but
28.
28. Well done, pal. Because I was on the end to the engineer, sort of. I don't know, quite a few laps from the end, asking what. So well done.
In the end,
Thanks,
though, despite not getting the P2, of course, obviously that's what you wanted, but it's another podium, it's more points, and of course,
Yeah.
Liam hasn't scored tonight. I don't know how many points you get for a
Really not.
P3. My mind's gone blank. I couldn't tell you.
Hope it's more than 17.
It may well be. So you could potentially go into Jeddah next week as the championship leader, which is not a bad feeling.
It's absolutely crazy, mate. Obviously, coming up from Tier 3, I had no thought that this, you know, that'd be there or thereabouts in this tier. So it's just, yeah, it's great. It's good. Enjoying it.
Can't complain. Long way to go, of course. Things can change,
Yeah, of
but
course.
it's been a very good start.
Good start.
Did you think you was going to beat him, Cole Paradox? Because you was behind him for so long. I think you even made contact at one point. I think you pushed him out of the corner at one point.
I did, yeah. I apologise for it in the chat. To be fair. Yeah, I thought I could do it. Just with the age of the tyres. But obviously we're both very low on ERS, so it's a really difficult track to save ERS on, as everybody
Yeah.
knows. Thought I could do, but then I sort of thought to myself, P3, I can settle for that. I also had pressure from behind, so I had to keep up the pace because I think Hobbsy or who else was. I don't know.
Yeah, you had
I can't
Hobbsy right
remember.
behind you, and the Roy as well at one point.
Main thing I was just thinking, just don't bin it. So I was pleased.
Yeah, can't complain. Well, I was going to ask you about Hobbsy as well, because it was like, on the one hand, you had Colparts right in front of you, but then you had 2 or 3 right behind you. So it was like getting that balance of like not pushing too much in terms of like, if you push too much, you could lose it, because we've seen quite a few cars tonight in such promising positions, but then losing the car. Hobbsy being one right at the end,
Yes.
which will lose a little bit of pressure from you.
I almost lost it a few times. I just want to say well done to Carl as well. Amazing pace. He flew past me.
Yeah, thank you.
There's no chance of me keeping up with him, so I'll just let him go.
So, very well done again, mate. Another solid result on the podium, and quite possibly championship leader, which sounds quite good. So,
we shall see.
It's Jeddah next week, another tricky circuit, but we could see a Marconi Championship League going into Jeddah next week, which could be that's amazing. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
And we've made him wait quite long now, so we'll make him wait a bit longer. I'm joking. We'll get him in. Carl, thank you for being so patient, mate. We've got to wait till last, haven't you? You've won the race. You're best till last. Where did that come from? You seem to. I mean, there was a lot of people tonight who got the strategy wrong, completely wrong, like way off. You seem to be the opposite, and not just win, but win by, I think it was 14.6 seconds in the end. The strategy was perfect. Where did that come from?
I'm not sure. Some people on hard split as well at the first safety car.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange strategies.
See, the first 3, they stayed out, I think, on the hards. And then I think, I had decent race pace at that stage. I thought my qualifying pace was decent as well, but actually my plan in qualifying was to go out early and then do 2 laps. But I went out too late, so I could only do 1 lap, and I think I did that too early, as my pace was just not there. And then I just went into the race, had a shocking start. I think that's usual for me now. And then I was also lucky with what's his name? The Aston Martin.
Oh, I know you mean the reserve Aston Martin. I know what you mean.
So, something like that. I think he spun. He literally spun in front of me. And I was really lucky there because I think Paradox was in front of him at that stage, and then if he got out in front of Paradox before me, then it would have been hard to catch him because he did have very good pace, and I was struggling to catch up to him. But then I was really lucky that he spun, and then I just Paradox 28 hard tires. I don't know how he did it, but it was a good race. It was enjoyable. So
looking at your the driver standings, you was 10th before today, 36 points. So a mixed start to the season. But what I will say is it's very close in tier 2. The gaps are very small, pretty much across the board. So there's not really much in it. That's a solid amount of points there. You've nearly doubled your points tally in one race. So
I think I have. I think
pretty much.
My last race was actually Brazil. I don't think I scored points before or after that. I think, how many points do you get for? Oh no, wait, Brazil was sprint as well.
Yeah, sprint race. So you got more for that. You did got more for that.
Yeah. So I think I get 30 points.
Yeah, starting to get solid again. So even you, I mean, obviously things are going to change, but even you'll be in the mix now for potential fight for the title. It's wide open at the moment.
Yeah.
Got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. I mean, dominant result, mate. You get my vote for driver of the day. I thought to win by 15 seconds is pretty ridiculous. So, very well done, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you to all 3 of you for joining me. Great to get all 3 people in. Not often that happens. So well done to the 3 of them for scoring. Getting the top 3. Fantastic effort in what is a very tough circuit, such a physically demanding circuit. And a race that lasted just short of an hour. Normally a lot longer, only having 1 safety car, which is pretty rare for the Singapore Grand Prix. But it was a great race. Really enjoyed it. And we'll leave it there. Go ahead over and watch Tier... If you're not bored of Singapore, go and watch Tier 1. They'll be racing around Singapore now. And yeah, we'll be here this time next week for Jeddah, another race that should be very crazy. It's a sprint race again, so that could be interesting. More points up for grabs. And we will see you next week in Jeddah. Goodbye.